Could you state your name?
Marshall Perry Obrien. The Perry was my mother's maiden name.
But you go by?
Skip.
Now, when you were here, where did you stay? What
Pike Cottage.
Pike Cottage.
From 46 to 53.
And how did you feel about Goodwill when you were
I loved it. We bonded. The kids bonded together because we were all in the same situation and we were all in need of a home. And some things weren't easy and some things were pleasant. But you learned a lot and you got a good education. And I always was happy that I was finally here all this time. But I did get a good beating once. Mrs. Allman, one day Richard, her son, and I were doing something mischievous. And she attacked me and said I was the one all to blame, and it was both of us. So she came to shake me. She started to shake me. I reciprocated. I shook the hell out of her. So the next Monday night, they said, you're to go to the nurse's office in Prescott for your beating. And N.H. Hinckley would be up there waiting. So at 7 o'clock the following Monday night, I went to the nurse's office. I walked in and N.H. boom, slapped me across the face. Then boom, slapped me again across the face. Then boom, slapped me the third time across the face. Then he said, drop your trousers. I dropped my trousers. He says, and the undershorts. So I dropped the undershorts. And then he says, lay over my lap. And he took rosin and rubbed rosin on his hands. And then he gave me 50 whacks on the bare bottom. And usually you only got 25 because if you cried, he'd stop at 25. But I didn't cry. And he knocked the wind out of me and I got even. I let a fart in his face. And I was so happy I let the fart in his face. I got the 50 whacks. I sat on yarn for 2 weeks and I had black and blue blisters that you wouldn't believe. I have a story of why I never liked the Red Sox.
We don't want to hear it.
Yeah, really.
I won't tell.
I want to hear it.
I do. I want to hear it.
So anyway, my father had a girlfriend named Hazel Carnes, and she worked at Day's jewelry store, and she was a beautiful brunette. She had 2 daughters. My father said, well, we're going to Boston to a baseball Red Sox game, and we had set the plan to go. What just happened? The goddamn daughter gets married on the day we're supposed to go, so I was canceled out. So I was so disappointed. I said, I'll never root for them ever.
It wasn't their fault.
Exactly.
It was my father's girlfriend. She was such a beautiful woman, and here he left her for this other woman up in Fairfield that was a good cook. But my gosh, she had such rotten teeth. I thought, how in the hell can he kiss that woman?
Come the time in your life.
His girlfriend was separated from her husband all those 19 years. And the Father McCaffrey in Fairfield would lambast them during the church service, saying that they were sinners because they were having sex. And so anyway, she came to the funeral with all the rest of us kids. And she said to my sister Shirley, that was 5 years older than I was, do you think your father would mind if I went back to my husband now? After all those years, she said that. And my sister said, my father could care less. He's in heaven with my mother.